In this video, I'm going to show you the easiest and most effective book marketing strategy that you can implement when you start your book all the way through when you launch your book. Okay, my name is Jake Kelfer and I am a 4-time best-selling author who's turned my books into multiple successful businesses in the speaking, coaching, and book publishing space. Now, if you are writing a book for back-end business growth, speaking engagements, more clients, consulting gigs, selling digital courses, selling physical products, selling masterminds, retreats, live events. If you are writing a book for back-end business growth, this strategy is one of the easiest and best things that you can do. After writing 4 best-selling books, I have now built a company called Big Idea to Bestseller, which helps high-level entrepreneurs and executives write, publish, launch, and market nonfiction books for back-end business growth and impact. As you can see here, these are my 4 books. Number 1 is Elevate Beyond. Number 2 was Elevate Your Network. Number 3 is The Elevated Entrepreneur. And my most recent book that I wrote before my 30th birthday is called Big Idea to Bestseller. It's been an 8+ year journey of me writing these books, of me traveling the world as a motivational speaker and ultimately running several different businesses. And this one strategy, I didn't know it when I first began, but now I will never write another book without implementing this every single step along the way. And the easy strategy that we're going to talk about is to share your journey and document your process of your book throughout every big milestone. The more that you share your journey, the more that people are going to feel like they're part of your book. When people feel like they're part of your book, they become more emotionally attached. When they become more emotionally attached, then when you actually get ready to launch your book, not only will they know about your book and have heard about it, but they'll be much more likely to buy or to support because they'll have some stake in it. I'll give you an example. When I am looking at entrepreneurs in the space and I'm watching them and document their course creation process, and as I'm watching them and I see them create their course, I'm like, damn, this is good. Oh God, this is good. They're warming me up just by including me along their journey. And then when it comes time for beta users, or when it comes time for people to actually invest in their course or their program, now I'm like, oh gosh, this is exactly what I need. I'm ready for it. I want to be the first to jump on it. This is the same thing that you're going to be able to do with your book. Is you're going to document the process, you're going to share the journey. It's going to take maybe 30 seconds to a minute of your time on a regular basis, daily, weekly basis, and you're going to be able to generate a ton of engagements, ultimately warming people up. And so here are some of the big milestones when you're writing a book that I believe are super, super effective to generating more engagement and ultimately to generate more credibility and sell more things. So the first thing that you should share is your decision to write a book. Whenever you make that decision, whether you work with us and you sign a commitment contract, or whether you just make a decision to write a book, announce it. Not only is it going to add an extra layer of accountability, but you want to actually announce it because it's going to be massively, massively effective. And when you do that, you're going to be able to announce your book and people are going to follow along. They're going to get really excited. They're going to say, no way, I want to stay up to date. If you want to take it one step further, you can have a simple opt-in for those people who get really excited. And you, every time you post, you can drive it to that opt-in. Be the first to know what's coming up. Next is poll your audience about their interest in the topic. This allows you to identify potential clients. A lot of people think you have to wait for the book to come out before you can start signing clients from your book, but that's backwards. As a matter of fact, once you commit to writing a book, poll your audience, people that are interested in your particular topic, then you can start to qualify them. So for example, if I were to write a book on, let's just pick any topic around how to build a positive mindset and build great habits, then what I might do is I might say, hey, I'm writing this book. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to be talking about these 3 topics. Which one are you most interested in? Anybody who's interested in those is going to allow me to know who the heck I'm talking to and who my audience is. Post about your first words on the page. That's a huge accomplishment. Post about every time you finish a chapter, every time you finish a writing session, give a recap. All right, this can be great. This can be a great way to keep people, showing them the ups and the downs, the mental and the mental excitement, the mental stress of writing a book. When you finish your first draft, share that milestone. And here's another thing to know, that when you're sharing these things, not only are you going to get engagements, but you're also going to start to get more and more confidence as you progress. Who you become is going to evolve. This is one of the things people love most about working with us in their process is who they become throughout writing their book. So document it and share it. Number 6 is when you send your book to the editor, get excited. This is often the first person outside of you who's going to read your book. Get excited. Talk about that. Share the emotions. Share your sample cover designs. When you work with the cover designer and you have 2-3 options, share it with your audience. Even if you already know which one you're going to use, invite people to give their opinion. Now, here's a big tip. Is just because you share your cover on social to get this engagement, to get feedback, does not mean you take everybody's response as an equal response. What I mean by this specifically is, let's say you put 2 covers out and you want their opinions. And let's say it's 50-50 split. But of those 50-50 split, on one of them, you have all your ideal clients who like one cover, and on the other one, it's a bunch of friends and family. Choose the cover and weigh the opinions of your ideal clients, aka the people who the book's actually for, at a much higher rate. That's a super ninja hack to help you make sure you're picking the right book cover for your actual audience of people who will buy your book versus just the people who are going to support you no matter what. Next, share the cover that you actually do select. Share your final cover. These 2 are probably some of the most engaging posts that you can make around your book, and people love to give their opinion. I'll never forget, I was getting ready to release my book, and I put up my book covers, and I got some opinions, and it was great. And ultimately, it helped me make the right decision. And then once I decided on the book cover, I put it out there, and everyone who had voted for that cover was like, Jake, that's the cover I picked. How do I make sure I get a copy? Like, I feel like I'm part of your team. Like, they literally felt like they were part of my book process, which was amazing. When you have your launch date, announce that. When you receive the first copy of the book in the mail, whether it's a proof copy or it's the first copy, post about that. Every single one of these milestones is a great and simple way to post, include people in your journey. And then the final 5 for right now is the week leading up to your launch. Do a countdown, 7 days, 6 days, 5 days. Remember, social media, not everyone is seeing every one of your posts. So include them, share more. This is a way to get a lot of pieces of content very, very simply and effectively. Launch day, talk your butt off about this. You should be talking about it like crazy. Launch week, talk about your book more than you think you need to. I promise you, this is the time to make your ask. This is the time to talk about what you've done. This is the time to promote your stuff. Okay? You are going to be having as much eyeballs as you've ever had when you release your book. Number 14 is highlight any PR events that are happening. Are you featured in any podcasts that came out? Write-ups, featured articles, your launch party, people sharing on social. Share a bunch of these. Include people. Okay? If they came to your launch party, reshare what they post about. Screenshots of the launch and your ranking. As your book climbs the charts, share it as it's climbing up and up and up. Our clients love to do this because then it gets people invested in helping them get to number 1. It's such a fun way to do things. Now, if these 15 things are going to be of interest to you, then do them. This is how you can start marketing your book from day 1, generating awareness, generating engagement, and ultimately generating clients before the book's even done. And then once the book's done, this is how you can keep it up so you can increase your book sales, building initial momentum. Now, if you thought this was helpful and you want to learn more about how to write, publish, and launch a nonfiction book, then grab a copy of my bestseller, Big Idea to Bestseller, and you can get that at bigideatobestseller.com/free-book. We just cover the shipping, and we will mail you a printed paperback copy directly to your doorstep. Now, if you know that writing a book is something you want to do and you want to do it higher quality and faster than you ever thought possible, then I encourage you to book a call with our team at bigideatobestseller.com/call. And what we will do on this is we will break down your book idea. We will identify how you want to leverage your book for success. We'll overcome any limiting beliefs that you have, and we'll create a roadmap for you on how you can actually complete this thing. That's what I got for you today, and I'll see you on the next one.